talking about handheld penetrometers. I don't think we're talking about either of those two.
No penetrometers.
What are we talking about today?
High performance concrete?
You're not supposed to look at the notes, David.
Well, okay, high performance concrete.
Perfect. Today we're supposed to be doing a team talk on high performance concrete. And I tell you something, I feel so uncomfortable standing right here.
Do you want? You want me to?
You normally stand here,
sure.
David stands here, and I stand there.
Come on. Is this better?
So much better. Doesn't this feel
Yeah.
so much better?
This is fine.
Yes, love it.
Yep.
Love
Go
it.
ahead, John.
Yes. Kick it off for us, friend.
So we're supposed to be talking about high performance concrete, and that's something that we tinker with a lot. We're scientists, we're not tinkerers.
David,
Don't you
put down your Swiss flag for a minute and have an opinion. We tinker, right?
We tinker.
We tinker.
Oh, come on!
That is one for me. Thank you.
So,
We put David in the middle of our arguments all the time, poor David.
and normally he's Switzerland.
Normally, but
White flag. So we're talking about high performance concrete. This week we're looking at fast track pavements, concretes that can be used in place of asphalt, get you that workability to place the concrete, get off the job site, and within 4 to 6 hours of placement,
Right.
you've got traffic rolling over it 2,500 PSI or greater.
So specifically fast track.
Fast track pavement,
Right.
which is a high performance
It is.
concrete. David, you want to define that for us?
High performance, high strength, quick high strength, and I guess durability.
Technically speaking,
Oh, here we
per
go.
ACI,
Tinker over here.
it's increased durability. There can be higher strength, but it really is concrete that's specifically designed for a certain application.
So, what we have found, however, whether you define per ACI or whether you're a private owner who has their own higher performance features and benefits that you need from your concrete mix, it assumes that whatever mix you've got, you're creating a better version of it with some type of enhanced features and benefits. Can
Right.
we all agree on
Yes.
that?
Right, we agree on that.
Agreed.
Now, specifically for fast track pavement, those increased features and benefits are what?
High early.
Higher
Totally.
strength.
And what increased workability, I guess, right?
Back in the day, when I still had a full head of hair, the way we made, this was back in '06, '04, we made fast track pavements by, you get a very fluid mix over to the job site, you put anywhere from 2 to 4 to 8% of a calcium chloride flake, and then you got about 15 minutes to get that concrete out of there before you heard da-dum, da-dum.
Right.
But we didn't have, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know if you guys ever did that at the Borough. That's how I say Borough. The Borough. Or the BOR. Did you ever have fast track pavements?
No, we were just the opposite. We like stuff to cure
Take its
very,
time.
very slowly.
Well, you're dealing with mass concrete there. I
Right.
mean, you're going to run into lots of problems if you're
That's
trying
right.
to put
We're
down.
worried about shrinkage and cracking
Right.
and all those kinds of things. So.
And with us, we were worried about ripping and replacing a 25 by 15 foot section that was 10 to 14 inches deep.
Right.
And the first date Whitney and I ever had,
Oh, was that?
that was
Those
Cornelia
fast-
Road Patch.
Excuse me?
So this mix was so expensive and the materials were so rare that mix that Whitney screwed up, and we're celebrating our anniversary tomorrow, so...
Yep. Yes.
Well, I mean, you did. Anyway, the mix that accidentally got... That was $1,000 for 1.25 or 1.5 cubic feet. Now, here's the thing, and this is where it dives into the purpose of this team talk. We have clients that want that higher performance. They want the workability, they want the strength, but they don't want to...
Pay for
Pay
it.
for it.
They want it to cost less. We're the same.
Didn't you just have an experience recently with that?
Where?
I don't know where, but somebody had wanted the enhanced performance, but then when they saw the increased sticker price to the mix, now granted, we don't sell product, we're only making recommendations, and if our recommendations call for more enhanced
Right.
admixtures to give you a more enhanced concrete, your price is going to be enhanced, or another word is increased.
Yeah, well, I was talking to the concrete contractors, and they were asking Well, why would anybody be willing to pay more? Why should an owner pay more?
Why?
Well, what I said was, and we've talked about this before, I just told them paint.
Right.
Everybody knows about paint. you know.
Right.
Homeowners know about paint, contractors know about paint, I
Yeah.
know about paint. I just painted 300 feet of rail fencing, and it's a pain. Took a long time.
Right.
You know, it's a real pain. Did I go out and buy the cheapest paint I could find? No. You know, with all that trouble.
You did not want to freaking do that again.
Exactly. I went out and found the best paint I could find to do that job. So it'll last longer, and I don't have to do it again for a while.
Oh, why? And that's that convenience of having a longer service life so you don't have to repeat costs money.
Well, it's
Right.
those features and benefits too. You know, and we had a client who, you know, we talked about it, and John and I talked about it in our story time, who wanted a high early concrete, and once we designed it, he had a little bit of sticker shock with the cost, and I said, hey, you've got with wine, because he's a big wine fan. I said, you've got your Yellowtail folks and you have your Camus folks. You know what I mean? It just depends on where you define value.
Right.
Is it the least expensive, or is it that quality of product?
Now, to be fair to that client, he wasn't somebody who was buying the mix.
He wasn't.
He was on the other side. He was the manufacturer who
Right.
might sell it. So the question wasn't, holy crap,
Right.
how do I purchase it?
It's
It
how do I
was,
sell it?
how do I sell it to my end user?
Right.
And what he didn't recognize was the convenience as the value.
Right.
That people out here don't want to use asphalt
Right.
when they can use concrete, assuming that the concrete meets the asphalt paving times and then sometimes the cost, which is a very hard
Right.
line to dance on. I couldn't think of a good line for
No, I
that.
liked it. I liked it.
So, you know, two great analogies. The impetus of all of this is that the expectation shouldn't be, why am I paying more money for features and benefits? The expectation should be, what are the best materials that I can use to get me the features and benefits that I want, to give me the most efficient cost?
Sure.
Because you're going to have to pay for more things.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of different ways to do it.
Yeah. Comes down to long-term value.
Absolutely.
Long-term value. You know, and we did an experimental version of that road patch mix, that pavement mix up in the mountains. We did a circle where they just salted it and de-iced it all the time. And we took that fast track pavement, which we did today, and we added colloidal silica to it, which took the price up. You know, it was either $225 or $275 a cubic yard, depending on which of the versions you got.
Yeah.
And then when you put the colloidal silica in there, it boosted it up like an extra $5. And I tell you something, boy, yeah, $5? Oh yeah, I can't do it anymore. But that being said, that mix that got strength within 4 hours, so that a half-loaded concrete mixer was burning wheels out on it, it's still up there in Gypsum, Colorado, at that circle or at that roundabout. And this is like
10 years?
8 years, 9 years later.
I feel
Is
like
it?
that was, I feel like 2008 when we lived in Lowry.
2008, we're in 2000, oh my gosh, we're in
10 years.
2018. So yeah, and somewhere around a decade ago, and it's still up there, and it looks pretty darn good. And that is a very tough thing to say for fast track pavements.
Right.
But it costs $5 more a cubic yard.
Whoa, $5.
All right, so what was the lesson to be learned from this?
Can get high-performance concrete. It's doable.
It is doable. It's going to cost.
Costs more.
I guess you have to know your end user and what their value is.
Be transparent.
Yeah.
Be transparent.
Don't try to sell Camus to a Yellowtail person.
And don't try
I mean,
to
if
sell.
they want standard, don't try to give them something that's 2 or 3 times the cost.
And don't tell your end user that they're going to get a Camus at a Yellowtail price.
Correct.
Yeah, I think owners are smart. I mean, you know, you sit down and talk to them. They'll understand what you're trying to tell them.
Transparency.
They can make the decision.
Right.
Amen. Amen. So, hope you learned something today. Let us know your experiences. Leave them in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Go Concrete!
Beat asphalt.